Welcome back to Technique Tuesday. We are going to continue with our series on embroidery, and we're going to take some of the steps we've learned in the past and add those to some new stitches. So let's zoom in a little bit and see what we're working on today. So this is going to be one of our finished items, and also these little guys. So these could be left just like that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or we could use the same technique that we used on this, which is the woven wheel, and we could add a little more to them. So these are the shapes we're going to start with. If you're unfamiliar with any of the stitches from the past, please feel free to watch our prior videos. So let's start with this shape. This is just our basic stitch where we're coming up through the middle and then over to the hole, then back up through the middle, over to the other hole, and we'll finish this one out. Don't forget, always start with your thread on the back and your knot on the back. Now I do like to glue my knots down, but that's up to you how you'd prefer to do it. So this is how it would look. If you want to leave it like this, that's perfectly fine. Let me keep going on one of these other ones because I've kind of run out of thread on that one. I'll stick it back into my piece of styrofoam, which is so great to hold my needles with their threads hanging off. Okay, so let's start here. So once we finished our steps here, we would go back through the middle from the back side and come up. Now we're going to go under every other stitch and work our way around until we build up this type of design. So let's start. Doesn't really matter where you start, but my thread's kind of leaning towards here, so I'm going to start here. So by going under every other one, it then pulls your thread over the other one. So we'll skip this one. We'll go under here and then pull that through, twist. So we went under, over, under. We did under there, over, under. And we're just going to keep going like this, rotating. So, like I said, by doing under every other one, it forces it to go over the other one. And we're just going to keep working our way around until you either get it as big as you like it, or you run out of thread, whichever comes first. So hopefully you can see that the pattern is starting to build up. It also kind of looks like a spider's web, but it's called a woven wheel. Now on one of the earrings that I just showed you, I did the same color to do the wheel part, the woven wheel part, as I did the main body of this. You could also switch colors, which is what I did on the other one. I'll pick that up here in a second. Just want to keep going with this. And the way that I switch colors is once I had done the base stitch, when I came back through the center, I used just a different colored thread. And then did the woven wheel part with the different color thread. Oops, I'm about to lose that there. Okay, can y'all see that starting to build up? Not sure if that's in or out of focus. Hopefully in. So you can see you're starting to get the pattern built up here. And then once you either get it to the size you want it or you run out of thread, then you're just going to take the needle and push it right back down into the center. Okay, where did I go there? Under, alright. Got distracted. Usually when you're trying to do something like this, and record it, I tend to lose track of where I'm at, but not always. So I'm just going to keep working my way around. And it really doesn't matter if you start with a stitch under or a stitch over. That makes absolutely no difference. Alright, so if I was to keep going, oh, that's good. Well, that was a good stopping point. Anyway, so if this were as far as I wanted to go, then I would just take my needle and push it right through the center and come out the back. Get my needle threader. These big eye needle threaders are amazing. And if your thread's starting to get a little frayed on the end, just snip it. Give yourself a nice clean edge. That's exactly what's going on here. Oh, well, so now I've just cut a frayed edge. Make sure you have sharp scissors. Those are clearly not sharp anymore. So I need to fix that. Okay, so let's say this was as much as I wanted to do. Just take your needle, thread it right through the middle, and then finish up on the back. I'm not overly concerned with how the back looks because, again, I'm going to put a cover on the back, a backer. So let me show you this again. So this one I kept going, and you can really see how that pattern came out. This one I used the dark color underneath, and then I came back and used a second color for the actual wheel part. So it gave it a really cool design with those colors. And then once I was done, little 4mm jump ring in between, earring hanger, no more jump rings, and look how cute that is. So this can be done with this pattern or this pattern, or really any pattern you want, just as long as it's got that center hole and your ability to kind of go in and out so that you've got a framework to start that on. Alright, that is our tip on the woven wheel. So we're going to move on in our next video to these cute little colonial knots. So watch out for our next video.